How many tabs do you have open in your brain right now? Maybe you started learning Python last month, but this week you're obsessed with sourdough baking, and you're already researching how to start a dropshipping business. Society has a name for people like you. They call you a dabbler, unfocused, flaky. They tell you to pick a lane or you'll never succeed. And deep down, you probably believe them. You feel like something is broken in your discipline settings. You feel like an imposter because you can't just be one thing. But what if I told you that your inability to specialize isn't a bug? It's a feature. You aren't broken. You are running on an advanced operating system designed for a future that the specialists aren't ready for. You aren't scatterbrained. You are building what psychologists call an M-shaped mind. While the world tells you to narrow down, your biology is screaming at you to expand. And in this video, we're going to look at the science of why your too many interests is actually your greatest unfair advantage. 1. Navigating wicked environments. Let's look at the research. In his groundbreaking book range, David Epstein distinguishes between two types of worlds: kind environments and wicked environments. A kind environment is predictable. Think of chess or golf. The rules never change. Specialists thrive here. But the real world, the modern economy, that is a wicked environment. Rules change daily. AI disrupts industries overnight. If you are a hyper-specialist, someone who only knows how to do one thing perfectly, you are fragile. When the environment changes, you break. But you, with your scattered interests, you possess cognitive adaptability. You aren't quitting projects. You are data gathering. You are intuitively preparing for a wicked world where the ability to pivot is more valuable than the ability to repeat. 2. The science of far transfer. Society tells you that your time spent learning photography was a waste because you now work in marketing. Psychology disagrees. This is a phenomenon called far transfer. Research by Barnett and CC highlights how the brain applies insights from one completely unrelated domain to solve problems in another. The average person engages in near transfer, using Excel skills to learn Google Sheets. Boring, predictable. But you use the rhythm you learned in music theory to write better code. You use the empathy you learned in fiction writing to close sales deals. What looks like distraction to the outside world is actually your brain building a high-speed fiber optic network between ideas that no one else can connect. You are an innovation engine. 3. The evolution of the M-shaped individual. For decades, HR departments hunted for the T-shaped employee, someone with broad general knowledge and one deep spike of expertise. But that model is dying. We are entering the era of the M-shaped mind. Unlike the specialist who has one pillar of support or the T-shaped person who has one anchor, the M-shaped person has multiple depths of mastery. You aren't a jack of all trades, master of none. You are a serial master of many. Your diverse obsessions are actually the pillars of a Parthenon. If one industry collapses, the specialist falls. You just shift your weight to the next pillar. You are economically indestructible. 4. Biological redundancy strategy. Let's look at this through an evolutionary lens. In biology, there's a concept known as redundancy. Nature hates putting all its eggs in one basket. If a species has only one food source and that source dies, the species goes extinct. Your brain's desire to jump from topic to topic is a survival mechanism called diversified resource acquisition. You are subconsciously building a safety net. When you feel that it's to learn something new, that isn't boredom. That is your biological central intelligence detecting a need for backup skills. You're engineered to survive systemic failure. 5. The protocol of serial mastery. Now here's the trap. The M-shaped mind fails if it tries to do everything simultaneously. The fix comes from Cal Newport's concept of deep work, applied to a filter of serial mastery. You don't have to choose one thing forever. You just have to choose one thing for now. Think of your life in seasons. The spring of coding, the summer of design, the autumn of writing. By sequencing your obsessions rather than juggling them, you satisfy your need for variety without sacrificing the depth required to build those M pillars. You aren't giving up your other interests. You're just putting them in the queue. So, stop apologizing for your curiosity. Stop looking at your resume or your hobby list as a graveyard of failures. It is a toolkit. The future belongs to the translators, the connectors, and the synthesizers. It belongs to you. You have spent your whole life feeling like you don't fit into the puzzle, not realizing that you are the one designing the picture. I want to know who my tribe is. If you're done with the specialist label and you're ready to embrace your complex mind, drop and circle them M button, emoji in the comments right now. Let's see how many M-shaped minds we have here. And listen, knowing you have an M-shaped mind is the first step, but how do you actually organize your day so you don't burn out? I've developed a specific Polymath schedule that I break down in this next video. It's the final piece of the puzzle you've been looking for. Click here. I'll see you there.